Right, welcome back, people of YouTubes. Little quick job on this today. Wasn't planning on doing this job, but I need to make sure everything fits before I want to put it on permanently, if that makes sense. I'll explain a little bit in a minute. But basically what we're going to do is we're changing the steering wheel from this standard one to a quick release racing one. So yeah, we'll just go to the bench. I'll show you what I've got and hopefully everything will fit. Right, so this is the kit that I've got. Had to order everything pretty much individually. I've gone for a Motacorsa steering wheel this time instead of the normal code ones that I normally use, or the Momo one that I got in the Focus, purely because the code and the Momo ones are, I think they're 350 mil, so they're slightly too big. Well, they're not slightly too big, you know, it's a small car. I don't need a big wheel like that. I've got a code one in the Rover Metro and it is much bigger. So I've gone for, this is a Motacorsa 320mm steering wheel, and it's got a flat bottom on it as well. I think it's about just under £120 from Demon Tweeks. I'll leave all the links in the description, just in case you fancy doing the thing yourself. And also I've got the Motacorsa quick release boss. I think that was about £110. And I've got the boss for the Rover Metro, and I think they would fit the Rover 100s as well. I got this from Competition Supplies. I can't remember how much that was, but I'll leave it all in the description anyway. And then you can, if you want any of these bits, then obviously you can go and buy them yourself. It did come with some screws for the steering wheel, and that would bolt directly into that because this is threaded. And it did come with these cap-headed screws, which are slightly longer, but they're not flush for the actual steering wheel. If I get it out, yeah, if we use these black ones and fit that on there and then fit that in there, you'll see, if I can hold it all in place, there's not enough thread on there sticking out to put a nut on the back. So yeah, and if we stick one of these cap-headed screws in, that'll be long enough. If I can get, there you go. But it looks ugly. So I've been on Amazon and I've got these stainless steel countersunk screws. How big are these? 20mm. I think they were slightly too long, to be honest with you. But if we can get that in there, nice and flush, and there's plenty of thread at the back here for us to stick a nut on. So as I say, I think they're slightly too long. I think I'll probably do with being like 15mm or 18mm. I think get away about 15mm, that'd be absolutely fine. But yeah, these were the only ones I could get in the, not the time frame, but you know, I want to make sure I've got everything here, that I'm not messing around, if you know what I mean. Right, so that's all the bits that I've got. Hopefully it's going to be as straightforward as just bolting it all into there. I think what I'm going to do first is I'm going to bolt the steering wheel to the quick release boss. So that's all done, and then we can crack on and hopefully fit that hub onto the Metro. That do come with a horn button, which I think is under here, and then obviously you've got the little sticker that goes on top of that. But obviously because we've got this boss here and it's not a recess, the horn button don't fit. So yeah, we'll not be using a horn anyway. We don't run horns in race cars. Well, I don't anyway. Yeah, right, let's crack on. Let's get these countersunk screws nut and bolted to the steering wheel, and then hopefully we can check the rest of it. Right, hopefully you'll be able to see. If not, I'll adjust you accordingly. But in this quick release boss, there is a master spline which is slightly bigger than the rest of them. Not sure if that's coming across very well, but I'm going to stick that at the top, which means it's this bit here. Stick a countersunk bolt through. I've got these little flange headed nuts with like a lock and thing on the back, not nylock. I haven't got any M8 nylocks, and the other screws they give you aren't nylocks either, they're just standard nuts. So yeah, I'll stick that on and I'll just speed it up and we'll get the other ones in and tighten them all down. Right, that's that all done and tightened up. As you can see, we've got plenty of stick out on the bolts. I'm just wondering if that's going to obscure me pressing this in to get it out. I don't think it will. I'm just wondering whether I should grind them down. Yeah, I think I'm going to grind them down flush with the nuts. As I say, you probably can do with having 15mm length bolts, but I couldn't get any 15, so 20 as it is, and we'll just grind the that bit that sticks out. So I'm just going to protect the steering wheel, and yeah, we'll cut them off. Right, so that's all nicely done, all ground pretty much flush to the nut. So yeah, makes it a little bit easier so I'm not catching my fingers when I'm using a quick release. So I'm happy with that. Right, in the driver's area, the cockpit, the place where everything happens, yeah, we've got a standard Metro GTI steering wheel. The centre cap has already been removed. Now I'm not too sure of the Rover 100s, whether it's again a cap or if you have to unscrew the bag. I don't think you do, because it isn't airbag related, so I think there might be just another cap in the middle. I can't quite remember how they are on the Rover 100s, but yeah, and I think it's a slightly different nut as well on the Rover 100s, but I can't be 100% sure. But anyway, on these older Mark III GTIs, this is a, well, I'm going to say it's a 33mm, because a 33mm fits. A 32mm don't fit and a 34 don't fit, but a 33 do fit. Whether that's 33mm or whether it's something imperial, inch and quarter, or whatever it is, I'm not entirely sure. But I've got a 33mm on an impact gun and that fits. So I'm not too sure how I'm going to put you. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have to hold you. So 33mm straight on. Stick that up there. We'll spin that around. Got a nut, and there's a little lock washer behind here. If we can try and get it off. If not, we'll have to get the old steering wheel off and that'll fall to the floor. Here we go, we got it. So little star lock washer, 33mm nut, and that's just a case of just giving it a good old wiggle and a shake, and that should start to loosen off. If it don't, you might have to give it a little bit of a hit, but you don't want to pull directly straight at you, because if not, you'll get a face full of steering wheel. So let me see if I can balance you on here, and then hopefully you can just give it a little bit of a wiggle, and that should come out. There we go, like that. And then that is the standard steering wheel. And behind that steering wheel, you will see you've got the indicator stalk, and it's got a little cutout in that, which should go straight up. And in the boss, you've got a little cutout as well, so you can still use your self-cancel indicators basically. But on this boss here, there's a little divot there to tell you that it's on the up position. There are other, well, they're just dimples, where these ones are threaded and these other ones aren't. They're just like little dimples, so whether you have to drill them and tap them if you've got a different style steering wheel, I don't know. But anyway, we're going to stick this on. Hopefully that should just, might just have to get one of them. Is it all the way home? Seems all the way home. Obviously these are splined, so you can take it out, move it, but obviously your steering wheel ain't going to be too straight. So ideally what you want to do is take your steering wheel off straight. So put the steering wheel in your straight position. I should have said this earlier actually. Put your steering wheel in a straight position, undo the nut, and then just mark the top of the shaft with a scribe or pen, just to pronote that it's straight head position. And then you sort of have to line it up with this one, because if I now put that in another two, if you can see, that's at about almost 1 o'clock. Oh no, that's very fine. There you go. Hopefully that's right. If not, we'll just have to sort that out in the tracking, or just take it off and reposition it. But it is going to be a pain once we get the quick release box on. Right. Give that a few ugger duggers. There we go. So we're back to square one now. Right, and now we've got this bit here, and just as I said earlier, there is master spline. As you can see, that's got a big spline there, so that's going to have to go on the top like that. And then I've got a few screws down here. I can pick it up, and it's just a case just screwing it in. And it's just a case of just wind them in and tighten them up. I'm not going to go through all of it because I'm holding you, so I'm going to put you down and I'm just going to tighten all these up. I'll come back to you when I've done that. Right, so that's that boss all in and secured. Just get rid of some of all the old fingerprints, and these come grease, so it's quite easy to put grease everywhere. So if you've got a nice shiny car, just be careful. Yeah, and also be careful these Allen key screws, because they can round off really easily. So just be extra careful on what you're doing with that Allen key. And I would suggest, obviously it came with an Allen key, but I would suggest that if you've got a decent Allen key, then I would use that rather than the Allen key supplied. So, moment of truth. Get the old steering wheel. There we go. A little bit close to me at the minute. The reason that I went for a quick release boss is this is a very small car. I am a very big guy, so we can just pop it off and stick it out of the way while we get in and out. And also my feet are really close to the pedals, so I'll be moving the seat back probably a good 6 inches, I reckon, and this will then space it out so the steering wheel is then closer to me, because at the minute it's too close to me, if you know what I mean. I mean, the steering wheel should be at the palm there, but at the minute it's here, so I need to push that seat back, and also that will give me some room in the pedals as well. This has had some adjustment in the steering column itself, so there is more room. I mean, it's got some long old bolts in here, so there is more room for it to come further down. So yeah, once we get the seat back, get this further down, that's going to make getting out of the car a little bit more difficult. So a nice quick release boss will help aid that. Right, I think that will do for this video. Not really too much going on at the minute. I was meant to be doing an exhaust on this, and you can probably just see it just resting on top of the Escort there, but I've ordered the wrong one. Basically, I've ordered the one without a cat, thinking that I bolt straight to the manifold. But because this is a cat version car, the manifold is slightly shorter than one without a cat, so I needed a shorter middle section with a decap pipe. So I've ordered them, and they should be here in the next few days, so we can crack on and do that another day. But in the meantime, I want to get all this dash out. I want to get the heater box out, and to get the dash out we need to get this roll cage out. And I think while we've got this roll cage out, I'm going to send it off to be powder coated. I've rung them, so they're getting ready for it. And also we're going to be doing the wiring, so once all the dash is out we can then make a start on doing all the wiring, getting all that nice. And there isn't much in here, to be honest with you, so I might even give all these floors on the inside a quick lick of paint. So I've ordered some paint as well, some ready mixed paint that we can just bang on a spray gun and just give it a dust over like I did on the Metro and I fit the seat. If you haven't watched that video, I'll put a link up somewhere, yeah, you can watch that. Yeah, but we've got all these bars to take out, we've got the old seat mounts to take out, we've got the bits that have been cut off for the seat belts at the back there, need to be spot welded out, drilled out. So yeah, we can do all that, and we can give it a lick of paint, some door cards, the wiring, and then that'll be sorted in here basically. So yeah, there isn't really much else to do to the inside. They are pretty much bare basic stuff. And again, I think I have got a dash at home, which we're going to have to check this weekend, just to see what sort of condition that's in, because I might use that instead of this whole thing, because it's a little bit cut up at the minute and not looking very nice. So I will see about seeing if that's salvageable. If not, we'll get something else. But anyway, I think that will do for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button and the like button and all that other jazz. Yeah, and we'll see you in the next video.